Hello, welcome. This is David. I hope you're doing well. Let's talk about the evolution of the CFA program. Well, guys, if you Google the evolution of the CFA program, you get onto the Institute's website, you're going to see some dramatic changes. And the one I want to talk to you about is probably the most dramatic, which certainly affects me as the level 3 instructor, which is the specialized pathways being introduced from 2025. Let's check them out. Now, the changes, guys, here to level 3 come in from 2025. Let's look at more detail here. What we're going to see from 2025 onwards will be, guys, core topics, of which there are going to be five core topics, more of these in a moment, and then a choice to choose one of three specialized pathways. And the three specialized pathways are going to represent about between 25 or 35% or so of the overall weighting. Core being there between 65 and 75 or so. Portfolio management, private markets, and private wealth. Now, candidates need to choose with the level 3 which pathway. This kicks in at level 3, and it's going to be far more tailored then to your career, to the pathway that you're probably already in, or the career that you want to be in as well. Starting off then with the core topics, there are five of these, as I mentioned, and these are going to be core to all of the three pathways. Again, as a level 3 instructor, I'm going to recognize asset allocation, recognize performance measurements, recognize, of course, derivatives and risk, recognize ethics as well. This portfolio construction, though, exactly what that consists of, we need to look at more detail here. There isn't currently a topic. There are aspects of portfolio construction across many other topics. Need more detail on this one. Notice, guys, what isn't here, though. One of the topics that isn't here, which probably is one of the biggest challenges to many level 3 candidates, for the core anyway, would be, I'd say, fixed income. It comes up a bit later on. Now, our three specialized pathways, let's pick up on the portfolio management pathway, which has really been reflected from the very start of, since 1963, has been very much the pathway of the existing program. Notice, guys, here that equity, fixed income, trading, execution, got some case studies here, and of course ethics comes in every pathway as well. Now, going down the private markets pathway, bringing in things like private equity, private debt, private real estate, infrastructure, structured products as well. As well as being a CFA instructor, because I'm also a KIA instructor too, so these areas are very familiar as part of the KIA program, and specializing in this way for those people who who work more in these areas, perhaps far more relevant to some of candidates in this area. And then the third one here, guys, being the private wealth pathway. Private wealth industry, looking at client management, wealth structuring, and more down, of course, the wider investment planning route as well. So these three pathways here from 2025, candidates need to select a pathway. Now, also new, just mentioning at the same time here, at level 3, new practical skills modules 2. Now, these practical skills modules are being introduced a bit earlier for level 1 and level 2 being introduced a year earlier, only in 2024. But for level 3, we're going to have to wait an extra year, 2025. Now, we have been given for levels 1 and 2 anyway, an idea of these practical skills modules that can be chosen. And whilst there are more than one you can choose from, you only actually need to choose one only. Whether it might be level 1, I mentioned a few of these, Python, data science, depending upon level 1 or level 2. These are standalone modules. They're not going to be tested in the exam. It's not kind of like you have to pass them. They're going to take approximately between 10 and 15 hours. You only officially are required to undertake one of these. However, you can undertake more than one if you want to. And these practical standalone modules, you don't get your exam results unless you have completed at least one of the modules. With a level 3 coming in again from 2025 as well. Okay, guys, just to reflect on this for a quick moment here. So for myself, as a charter holder, I got my charter in 2003. Been a CFA Level 3 instructor pretty much ever since. The program has been evolving over time. It might surprise some of you more recent candidates. Back in 2002, when I did my level 2, level 2 was constructive response in the morning and it was item set in the afternoon. It's only a short time after 2002 when they made level 2 completely item set. In the last few years, the speed of evolution has been far faster. Think about, guys, what's happened in terms of the switch over to computer-based testing. Think about, for example, the shortening of the exams as well, shorter than they used to be. Used to be 3 hours in the morning and afternoon. Here at level 3, we've seen also the standardization to 12 minutes, 12 mark questions. In the past, you could have 30 points, 30 marks or minutes or more wouldn't be uncommon. So guys, the switch over, the evolution of the program has been happening over time. And these new specialized pathways kind of accelerate these changes too. Guys, if you haven't seen them yet, check out the Institute website. You want to Google Evolution CFA program, you'll learn a lot more. Guys, look forward to finding out a lot more of the detail. Guys, I hope you found that useful and very best wishes with your studies. All the very best.